Well, hello, and welcome to another little bit of positive balance in an uncertain world. And welcome from us, Therapy Ted and me. And today, I've had something whizzing around my head for the last, almost for the last week actually. And that was from listening from a podcast about busyness and the art of busyness. And the fact that we spend a lot of our time being asked, oh, are you busy? Especially in the world of work. Are you busy? And what do you answer to that? So that is what we're going to be covering today. So Therapy Ted has the balance here, but we will go through it and then put him in place. So I'll pop him here. There we go. He's there. And the art of busyness is our balance today. So we have a quantum kinesiology balance. Again, if you want to know more about how these balances work, then I suggest you go and look back at some of the earlier videos on what is kinesiology and how does it work, and then another one, how does it work remotely. The balance today is a quantum balance, which seems to be very common with these video balances. We are able to use the Cosbacks to hold the emotional stress release points. If you want to hold those yourself, obviously you can on your forehead. And again, one of the early videos shows you how to hold these points. But if you want to hold them, you can just put your hand across your forehead like this. And we're going to be working on the sacral chakra, which is emotions, but also creativity. So about where you put your emotions, where you put your energy in the creativity of your life. So we start off with an original trigger, and this is ancestral inheritance. So it's those pesky ancestors again. And a lot of the reasons about why we are so busy, which I'll talk about in a bit, does come from our ancestors. It does come from that programming. We then go into survival mechanisms, and this is negative beliefs. So, and we actually had to look for a negative belief for all of you. And that is, my value is linked to my usefulness or my productivity. So that you see your value as a human being being linked to how useful you are or your productivity. Okay, so whichever word suits you best, go with that one. Usefulness, productivity. We then move into an emotions harmonic, and this one is imprints on unconscious. So this is stuff that's embedded in your subconscious, unconscious brain. So you're not really aware that they're there. And they will have been placed there either when you were a very small child, or you may have even inherited them. And the two emotions we've got here are panic and also being judgmental and or being judged. We then have an affirmation, and unusually we've all got the same affirmation, which is on abundance. And this is, I trust the universe to provide me with all that I need. Now, if you do have a particular religion, if you are religious, then you can obviously transfer universe to be whatever deity you believe in. And finally, we have emotions again. We've gone back to emotions, and this is inherited beliefs from family. Didn't need to know what those beliefs were, so they will be different probably for a lot of you. There's nothing on the body, so we are going to pop Therapy Ted on there. So the balance is working. Some of you may be already aware that you can feel some sort of tingling or energy movement going on. So if you haven't already closed your eyes, then please close your eyes or soft focus on Therapy Ted. So the first thing we're going to do is just take a deep breath in. Focus on the body. Feel where the tightnesses are, where the energy is moving at the moment. And I'm going to go back to that question that we had at the start. When somebody asks you if you're busy, what's your answer? Are you rushed off your feet? Are you, oh, I'm so busy. There doesn't seem to be enough time in the day. I wish I had more time. Is that what you're saying? So how many of you are honestly thinking something along the lines of, no, I'm not that busy. Just how I like it, really. Just nicely, poddling along, doing what I want to do when I want to do it. In fact, just think about that for a minute. If you answered, no, things are quite slow and I'm quite enjoying it, how does that make you feel? Does it make you feel good? Does it make you feel panicky? Oh, I forgot to put some music on. Hang on a minute. There we go. So let's just think about that. The art of being busy. Where does it come from? Why do we feel this need to be busy all the time? Are you somebody who can't leave the dishes in the sink? Have to do all of the chores, otherwise you just don't feel you can sit down and put your feet up with a good book or a film or whatever it is that you like to do. Can you carve out that time for yourself? Hey, look at that word, carve out the time, as if it's kind of like this difficult thing. You need a knife to be able to really get in there. Goodness me. See all these words that we use around time. Now, the podcast I was listening to was talking about the fact that a lot of it is ancestral. It comes from religion. It comes from, the devil makes idle work for idle hands. This is really not, this is seen as a bad thing. So this is what we call also our Protestant work ethic, that this life is all about hard work. That's what we do. It's hard work. It's not for enjoyment. It's for making our lives, you're restricting yourself. You're doing good works. You're being, you've got all the hardship in this life, because in the next life, it's going to be wonderful. I don't know about you, but I'd quite like this life to be wonderful. I'm not sure there is going to be a next life. Who knows? So let's at least make this one good. And what are you spending your time on being busy? Is it all actually for yourself? Or is a lot of it for somebody else? So you look good in somebody else's eyes. If you had enough money, if the aim of working was not just to bring in money so you could buy this or that, or you just put food on the table, what would you do with your time? Would you still work at the job you're doing now? Would you do something else? Would you fill your day the way that you fill it now? Why do we even fill our day? Again, look at that. Fill our day. Why can't we have those bits of time where we don't fill our day at all? Well, Therapy Ted is coming to the end of this one. So hopefully some of that ancestral programming about why we have this need to be busy, why we judge ourselves so harshly if we're not busy, hopefully we've dropped some of those now, although they've been around for a while. So I think it may take another couple of goes to really, really put these where they sort of belong. So just focus in again. Just think about that question. Are you busy at the moment? What's your answer going to be going on forward from here? I think hopefully, well, next week we may revisit this one and we'll just see how we're getting on with those affirmations. So if you'd like to continue thinking throughout the next week, the universe provides me with everything that I need. And unless something really pertinent comes in, oh no, fortnight's time, then we'll see where we go with that again. So Therapy Ted has come to the end here. If you want to say, just sort of sat there wherever you are and just kind of allow some free flow of thoughts going through on just some of the words that you use, you know, how busy you are, how much time you have, all those sorts of things. And just see if anything, don't look for something, but just see if anything comes into mind about, you know, some of the phrases that you use and how you could reframe what you're saying so that it becomes calmer, more relaxed, and a little less busy.